Nevada is a wonderful place to live, work, and play. From the sandy shores of Lake Tahoe to the Black Rock Desert and through the Truckee Meadows, we tour homes, discover hotspots, explore the outdoors, stop by the shops, and take road trips that make Northern Nevada amazing. Welcome home. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Live, Work, Play, NV. I'm your host, Dana Hajakis. This week's episode is all about renovations, home, body, and mind. Now it's time to start living. When we first purchased our home many years ago, it was a foreclosure and it was really outdated. We decided to do some home renovations of our own and wanted to paint the cabinets. Doesn't seem so hard, a weekend project. So we took the doors off and we sanded what felt like for days. And then we painted, and then we paint and paint and paint. And the cabinets would just keep soaking it in. It was literally like a 2-week project for us. Maybe some people are better at it, but anyways, when it was all done, it looked pretty good. We were fairly satisfied with how it turned out. But then a few years later, the paint was starting to chip, it was already peeling, and we were pretty frustrated. And that's when I met Verna Thomas from A Custom Refinish. She literally saved my kitchen and my bathroom. Verna, thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you for inviting me.
So talk about A Custom Refinish. What is it that you guys do and your offer?
Well, basically, we remodel your house without tearing anything out. So we refinish bathtubs, sinks, countertops, cabinets, floors, pretty much any surface in your house.
I love that. And talking about refinishing cabinets, what does the process look like and how long does it typically take?
So we come into your home and we take the doors back to the shop with us, and then we'll paper off your boxes and bases. It's between a day and 2 days, depending on the size of your kitchen, for us to do those. And then about 7 days later, we'll bring the doors back and you'll have a whole new kitchen.
I love that you can have a whole new kitchen in literally 7 days. That's so amazing. And that you don't have to move out or be without a kitchen sink for weeks and weeks. That's really great. So I guess the big question is how durable is it and how long does it last? Hopefully longer than a year than what I did.
I hope so too. We give you a 5-year warranty, but manufacturer's warranty is 10 to 15 years. So you'll get at least that. But on tile and stuff, when we refinish it, you'll get a lifetime. It's not coming off.
That is amazing. Now, also, there's a lot of cost savings. Talk about that.
Big cost savings, yeah, compared to a full kitchen remodel. I doubt not even a third of the cost of a full remodel of your kitchen. So it's a lot less expensive because we're not tearing anything out. We're just making it look new again.
So there's cost savings and there's also some other advantages. You want to talk about those?
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for just a color change and the basic bones are there, most people's tile's still in good condition. It's just ugly or white or they hate the grout, as long as that stuff's still there, why waste all the resources to tear it out and start over again? Why cut down the trees and get more granite or anything like that when we could make it look just as good without having to tear it out? So ecologically, it makes sense.
It definitely makes sense. So if you're interested in refinishing your cabinets or doing your garage or tile or bathroom, make sure you reach out to Verna at A Custom Refinish. Her team is literally at our new house right now. We just purchased it and they are redoing our cabinets. So let's go check it out. Live, work, play, NV. We'll be right back. At Hajakis Realty, we've helped generations of Northern Nevadans invest in real estate. Find out how we can help you at hajakis.com or call us at 775-954-0040. Welcome back to Live, Work, Play, NV. Once you finish your home renovation, the next step is key. Our next guest can turn the average home into a design masterpiece. Please welcome Tammy Dix of Center Stage and Design. Yes, I'm so excited. So I know you've seen a lot of homes and you've staged a lot of homes for real estate and for people listing and model homes and things like that. But what do you see when you walk into a homeowner's abode, and what are some of the mistakes that you commonly see?
Well, it really depends on what kind of a home we walk into. So if we're staging a home, we really prefer having a home that's vacant. But many times we walk into homes that are occupied, and it's when we're actually talking to and working with a client, we want to be very gracious and kind, because people live in their homes and they love their homes. So what we try and do is really encourage our clients, the homeowners, to take a look at their homes from the vantage point of a potential buyer. Because if you have a potential buyer, they're going to come in and they're going to see your personal flavor. But what you want to do is to create an environment for them where they're going to feel that they can live in this home. So you want to come in, when we come in, we look at it from the vantage point of a potential buyer, somebody who wants to visualize themselves there. So we try and encourage gently and carefully the homeowners to look at their own stuff, their own decor, their own amount of decor, and try and visualize themselves coming into their home wanting to purchase it.
That's really great advice. And I know that's hard to do, but really, really important for sure. So can you share with us a couple of tips from a design perspective? Let's say, can you place a couch in front of a window or things like that that people might not know?
Most people think that when you place your furniture, you have to put everything up against the wall. But what you really want to try and do, even if you have a small room, you want to create vignettes. So you want to create, say you have 2 sofas, you want to create a setting where your sofas are off the wall and create it in the middle of the room if possible. Now, if you can't do that because of the size of a room, say in a living room, you put one against a wall and one against like a freestanding sofa. So that way it creates a vignette, and you're creating a little area that people can say, oh, this is our space, instead of everything up against walls or everything under windows, because then you just create hallways, long hallways. And so it's really a good idea. I mean, I could turn the camera around and show you what I've done in my house right now. Do you want me to? Okay.
Sure.
I think it's clean. So this is what I did in my house right now. So I created, I didn't plan on doing this, you guys. So I created around our fireplace, I have one sofa against the window, but then the rest is around the vignette that I'm trying to create. So the next couch, my largest couch, is here where it's facing the central part, which is basically your TV and your fireplace. So creating a space where the family can congregate, depending on your size, you can do it larger or smaller. I have a large room, so I spaced my furniture out further. If it's a smaller room, you can put your pieces in closer and have, say, smaller end tables or a smaller coffee table to create that little vignette.
I love the idea of vignette, and I never really thought about that before, but it makes so much sense. I really appreciate it. That's a great tip for our homeowners out there. Now, when it comes to listing your home, there are homes that are vacant and there are homes that are staged. Can you give us a glimpse of what the difference is in time to sale?
Okay, when we walk in and we do a vacant home, we are like 98% offers within the first week, just because we can come in and create a very pleasing environment for homeowners to walk into. We can take anything from vinyl floors to laminate countertops, and with the decor we can bring in, we can update things. So even tile countertops, by putting the right things, the things that are current. So we're constantly updating our merchandise to keep things very current and very clean and very neutral.
I've seen your work. It's absolutely beautiful, and I can't wait for you to come to my house and help me stage.
I absolutely would love to. Yeah, we do staging and design. That's the blessing of what we do. We've had so many people buy a home and say, "Will you now come and decorate it for us?" So it's really a neat aspect of what we get to do.
That's great. Now, if you're looking for staging or design, make sure you reach out to Tammy at centerstageanddesign.com. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Yep.
Now, hopefully you've gained some insight into bringing some of that magic into your own home. And with that, I'd like to check out our home of the week, Valiant Drive, which is in the beautiful area of Wingfield Springs. With a closer commute to the Reno Tahoe Tech Center, Sparks homes are typically more affordable with plenty of options, both in the home and the community in which it's situated. Spanish Springs has year-round parks. It's just a short drive to shopping at Legends and paddling Sparks Marina. Hi, I'm Dana, and this is Zach, and we are so excited to show you this cute yet spacious home right in the heart of Wingfield Springs. I just love this front porch that looks out onto the tree-lined streets. It's just so idyllic.
This home features 3 bedrooms, 2 baths with a den, and a 3-car garage.
In the kitchen area, we have an eat-in nook, 5-burner gas stove, and all new Samsung appliances.
It's minutes to Reno, close to shopping and restaurants, and a round of golf is just around the corner.
This home also features double sinks in the guest bath, a hallway linen closet, and a laundry room. We really hope you enjoyed this tour. Welcome home. If you'd like to schedule a showing, contact us at info@hijakis.com or 775-342-5277. Welcome back to Live, Work, Play, and V. Staying fit in your home can be challenging, especially if you need that extra motivation. Well, our next guest is joining us all the way from New York City, Lynanne Escatel. She is a professional performer. She teaches Pilates and Eldawa and has learned amazing techniques that she shares with her clients all around the world. Welcome, Lynanne.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being with us today, because you are one in 106 people across the entire world that is certified in Eldawa. So I think a lot of people may not know what Eldawa is. Can you explain it to us?
Yeah, so it is pretty new stateside, created by Dr. Guy Boyer, who is French. So Eldawa is a French acronym. In English, it translates to loads. It's longitude, osteoarticular decoaptation, stretching. It's just a lot of words. But really what you're doing is you're decoapting the spine. You're creating space in the joints. So each vertebrae in your spine, but as well as the shoulder girdle and in the pelvis, because you have facet joints that can adjust. So there's different postures, like it would look like a weird yoga pose, and you hold it for a minute. And during that minute, you're creating space in whichever joint that you're targeting. You're rehydrating the disc if you're in the vertebrae. You're creating better tissue. It's all in regards to the fascia. So you're putting your fascia into tension to create the space in the joint or vertebrae that you're working on. So I am a Pilates instructor. So now when my clients come to me, what's amazing about Pilates, it's global. You do the whole body. But with Eldawa, you pinpoint that exact vertebrae or nerve or joint that you're actually having problems with. So it's gotten my clients out of pain quicker, which then they can do more when it comes to Pilates. They get stronger faster and no more pain.
I've taken one of your classes and it was absolutely amazing. I've been dealing with back pain for the last 3 years, and afterwards I felt taller and I could tell the difference. And I think that the corrections that you made really helped me. But what can you tell people that are out there and they're stuck at home and they're wanting to work out, but we want to try to do it in the right way? What are some recommendations that you can give to people to avoid injury and doing things the incorrect way?
Well, I mean, finding a reputable teacher, obviously. And when you're at home and in the situation we're in right now, you can't really have anyone come over. But there's many teachers right now. I've been teaching on Zoom for the past few weeks. And I've been teaching to my everyday clients, the ones that I saw all week. But then meanwhile, what's great about the situation we're in right now is that I can reach out to other people in other states, other countries. I've been working with a dancer in Poland, which has been a lot of fun. So I think just doing your research and knowing what you want out of your workout.
Well, and that you're able to make that change in other people's lives is so huge, because being able to move is a part of what we do every day. And so I just thank you for what you're doing in your community and for the world now because of having these classes online. So if somebody wants to get in touch with you to sign up for a class, how would they do that?
You can go to my website. There will be different pages and there's a contact. So you can contact me through that, and then I can give you all the different options you have. I have some classes that are free. I have some classes that are donation. And then I have some classes that you like pay for through the studio that I work at here in New York. So there's a few different options. Obviously I have group classes, but I also do privates, one-on-ones, or I teach, like I have a mom and son that I've been teaching. He's in New York City. She's out in Long Island. It's how they get to see each other. And it's been fun because that's also really fun to teach people in the same family and see how their bodies are actually really similar in different functionalities. So yeah, you can just go to my website and fill out the contact sheet, and I'll get back to you.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us and for those tips. We really appreciate that. And I think that if you're a beginner and you're just starting to work out, definitely get a trainer, get somebody that's certified, a professional like Lynn Ann to help you out. All right, now it's playtime. A lot of people are stuck at home and maybe they're picking up a new hobby, or maybe it's an old hobby and they're just starting to get back in the groove again. For me, that's guitar. I've been playing guitar for a long time, but I've never taken it super seriously. It's just been kind of more of a fun thing I do. And I recently started taking a strum and sip class, which has been so much fun. And that brings us to our next guest, Christopher J. Bloom, who is owner of Strum and Sip. Hey, Chris. So tell me, how did you come up with this idea for Strum and Sip, or guitar at the bar?
It was kind of an accident. I was teaching a friend of mine how to play, and he said, I don't want to pay you. And I said, okay, well, that's a good start. But I'll let you sip my expensive tequila. So I would go to this guy's house on Wednesday nights. His name is John. He's still a friend of mine. And we would start by sipping tequila, and then I would give him a guitar lesson. And that's sort of how it happened. And these were like really amazing tequilas. I haven't even heard of any of them. He pulled out, I think, 26 bottles of tequila one night and set them all on. And I hadn't heard of any of them. I'm like, do you have Patron? And he said, I wouldn't flush my toilet with Patron. So these were like stated, just amazing tequilas from basically Mexico that were, he would get. And so then it kind of evolved from there, and we had a couple more people that would show up. And so it started with just the two of us, and then another friend would join, and then another friend would join. And then finally he said, I can't afford this because this tequila is expensive and we have too many people drinking now. So why don't we go do this somewhere else? And I was like, okay, sure. And then we ended up at a bar in downtown Denver. And we just said, hey, we're a bunch of guys. We just want to meet downstairs, and we're just going to teach guitar and have some drinks. And they said, sure. And then after a few weeks, we had so many people, we couldn't get everybody in. And then I was like, I don't know what to do. He's like, well, I guess we should charge. I said, now we're charging for this event? Because it was a bunch of guys getting together and playing guitar. So it was sort of an accident, and we basically turned it into a business. And Strum and Sip was born, I guess that was a little over 9 years ago. And we've been kind of doing it all over Denver, in bars across town. And obviously with some of the changes recently, now we've moved to online. So
I'm so excited that it's online because now I get to participate, which has been so much fun. So I thought it would be cool to show the viewers or give them a taste of what a class is like. So maybe you could teach me a quick song?
Sure. Well, first of all, you're supposed to have something to drink, but let's just assume you do. That's the sip part. Well, so do I. There you go. So let's quickly start with just a couple of basic chords here. We're going to deal in the first two frets. So index finger, we're just going to kind of play a G chord. So index finger, 5th string, 2nd fret. And then middle finger, 6th string, 3rd fret. And then we're going to take our 3rd and 4th finger and go all the way down to the bottom two strings, or strings 1 and 2 on the 3rd fret. And that's going to give us a G chord, kind of a modern G chord. Make sense? And then the next chord is pretty much the same thing. We're just gonna move the top 2 fingers down. And this one's called C add 9. And then the strumming pattern would just kind of be a simple down up with kind of a drag. And the song I guess I'll teach you here is Anyone Else But You by the Moldy Peaches. If anybody saw the movie Juno, this was the song at the end of the movie when they're sitting on the porch. It's kind of a love song. It's a corny love song, but it goes kind of goes like this. So we play these 2 chords and they go for 8 counts each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're a part-time mother and a part-time friend. On the other back is laying strand. I don't see what anyone sees. Anyone else. The kids are wandering in the shadowy tree. I can't see a long story on my father's tree from side to side. I don't see what anyone else.
Yeah.
That's basically what we do. We teach fun, easy stuff. We have classes for straight up beginners who have never played, and all the way to advanced. And we strum and we sip, and it's kind of a community of people that we've built over here in Denver. But now we're online, so we're kind of across the globe, I guess you could say. We have some people joining us from New York, the West Coast as well. So it's been really fun. We teach,
Thank you so much
fun,
for
easy
being
stuff.
here. It is such a fun class, you guys. So if you want to check it out, hop on to strumandsip.com. You can sign up there. They have classes all during the week, and you can surprise your buddies with all your amazing guitar playing that you're going to learn there. Thanks again, Chris. Since social distancing began, we've been spending more time in our homes than ever. And maybe you're starting to notice some potential projects around the house, or maybe you've already dove into some renovations. Now, I'm a big fan of DIY, but sometimes those projects are better left to professionals. With us today, we have George Hajakis, owner and broker of Hajakis Realty. Thanks so much for being with us today, George.
Hi, Dana. Nice to be with you.
So tell me, what is an easy project that homeowners can do to really add to the appeal of their home?
Dana, the number one project is paint. So anything cosmetics is a $2 or $3 for every dollar spent. And if you do your own labor, well, then it becomes that much less expensive to add twice the value to your home. The key is not to invite friends and party too soon in the paint job. Otherwise, your windows will be painted close. And that's from experience. So there you have it. So that's the fastest way.
That's a great experience to share. I can definitely see that happening. Now, with paint, there's another simple fix that I really like to do, and that's hardware, which seems pretty simple, yeah?
Yes, on the place that I recently purchased, the first thing I did was add nice brushed nickel hardware to all the cabinetry, bathrooms, kitchens, and the home was built when brass was really a hot ticket. So not only do you replace the hardware on the cabinets, but a good thing is to replace the hardware on doors and hinges so that it kind of looks like it's all in place.
Now that we love to do DIY, but sometimes it's better just to hire the professional. Are there any projects that you can think of where it's just go straight to the professional, don't even try to do it on your own?
You have to rate yourself as to how good you are with these different tasks. If you're a good painter, paint for yourself, that's great. But if you're not such a great painter, leave that to the professionals, okay? But Verna, who is on your show, she provides custom coatings. And in lieu of changing out all the tile work in the house, if the tile is structurally sound, well, Verna comes in and has all sorts of colorful coatings that can go onto the surface. And now we've used Verna for quite some time, and she's done our apartments and some homes, and the work looks outstanding, and the cost is probably 20 to 25% of what it ordinarily would be. So that's a great way to add value to your home without having to do a lot of demolition.
And that is really key, especially if you're looking to get your house on the market quickly, is getting the renovation and the remodel done fast. And so I know that she can provide that, which is really, really great.
It's definitely worth a project, to have her come in and out in a matter of a couple of days rather than spending 2 to 3 weeks in the remodeling aspect.
So when hiring a contractor or a professional, can you give us a tip of what to look for or how to do that efficiently?
So here's the best advice I can give you. Our last 3 listings came from referrals. So I would go to trusted individuals and poll them as to who is their plumber. This applies to who's their attorney, who's their CPA. So if you're going into the trades, referrals are best, particularly someone that's had the work done for themselves. And it's worth the wait if you have to wait a bit because these people typically are busy. That's one way. Another source is the internet. You can go on Yelp, take a look at the reviews, not necessarily pick the people that are at the top of the list, which are sponsored vendors, but go down and take a look at the individuals that have 60, 70, 120 reviews and take a look at the reviews. And that's a good start. So you have the internet, you have referrals, and probably the third best one is take a look at who's doing a lot of the work in the neighborhood. Stop, talk to these individuals. They usually have a place for you, and you can certainly ask the person on site how good of a job they're doing. So it's not unlike me to stop in the middle of somebody's construction site and start talking to some of the subcontractors on the site. So that's a third. And I think that that's a pretty good round of techniques that you can use to find a good subcontractor.
Those are great techniques, and it's so important to find somebody that's good, that can really help take care of your home the way that you would want them to. So thanks so much, George, for being with us today. And if you need any advice about listing your home or buying a home, make sure you reach out to us at hajakis.com, or you can call us at 775-954-0040, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. At Hajakis Realty, we've helped generations of Northern Nevadans invest in real estate. Find out how we can help you at hajakis.com or call us at 775-954-0040.